Every time I'm on Geopolitics Avenue, I know you are going to subscribe to our channel. And please, kindly leave a nice comment under the comment section. And I know you are going to share the video to other viewers to watch it. Every time I'm on Ryan Seminimo, a helicopter crash here, a course and yara, a teaching wa or moye a juma ama abain mum paying for. Efe Moshe or Munkwaya no. And a year United States of America. Omo Air Force tax no Ababeju are omobebwa with investigations, and they are going to done with investigations within 30 days. Inti ebusia the black box I finding war adena se no a helicopter crash no ninshi ye nase no sa black box no ya hand it over to the investigation team a yenim se ensema ebeko so bia ebefri mo no ye de beba besom. Meda wase sɛ wogye berɛ na wode maa yɛn. Momma yɛmbɔ nwura yɛn nsɛm no mu na yɛnkɔhwɛ deɛ mpanyimfoɔ yi ɛka fa helicopter crash with investigation from the United States of America for no nso ɛbaeɛ.
Yes, definitely. Crashes don't occur always, and even globally, when they occur, they provide us with the chance, I won't say opportunity, but the chance to learn and then improve the safety of aviation globally. So experience is an issue. I think for us as a nation, this is probably the first one. And we do not have...
First major one involving state officials.
Yes, and then of course, the skill too. So to say we have the experience in terms of hands-on dealing with such investigation is just trying to be patriotic for nothing. I want us to believe that the president made the right decision in seeking external assistance. That way, it will safeguard the independence and transparency of the investigation, and then allow the state machinery and also other actors to provide backstopping so that we have a very decent investigation. We should not lose sight of the fact that it's just not learning about what happened that is the problem, but we also have to manage it in such a way that it brings closure to the families or the bereaved families for that matter. Doing aircraft investigations, I'm not an aviation expert, but it's a very complicated process. You need to almost reconstruct the whole episode. You need to be able to do some thorough investigations as far as where the cause is coming from. So sometimes it could be mechanical. Mechanical, then you want to be asking the questions, how long has this been going on? Why was it identified and why wasn't it identified, and so on? What are the lapses in the system and that allowed that mechanical fault to actually lead to a real incident? We need that to be able to self-correct as a nation and then to bring our aviation practice to a standard. We also need to take cognizance of the fact that many helicopter crashes, let me put it that way, majority of them are pilot error related errors. So we need to also be able to get down to the bottom of it. If we need to upgrade maybe knowledge levels and other things, so that transparency is required for us to get to the bottom of it. And it is in the right direction. The president is handling this like he has done many other things the right way. We don't need to beat about the bush. It will also bring to rest the issues of conspiracy. This is what is happening. This is what this one has done. Who should have been on it? Who is not on it? The independence of that investigation, eventually when the report is made available, will bring matters to the rest. And then more importantly, and as I said, I want the outcome of this investigation to be managed in such a way that those families who have taken a direct hit from this crash don't have a all-over experience again. Those of us who have lost very dear people, we can find closure. We shouldn't let it happen like most of the things were occurring in the social media, and then people were just getting more depressed by the incident. So the nature of the committee and the board for the investigations is safeguarding all these things, and we want to commend the president and the team for this one.
Larry, let me come to you. We've seen a statement from the acting defense minister, Dr. Kasiel Atuforsen. the committee is to present its report in 30 days, but how important is it to have, or is it even necessary to have periodic communications regarding the work of the committee?
Sure, I think it is. Yeah, it is very important. You know, you need to carry people along. Okay. Now, it's been how many days since this thing occurred? We really need closure, as the good professor said. And so some of these things, I mean, there's been so much speculation. Others have blamed it on, human error. There are people who have, made mention of inexperienced piloting. There are others who have also said it was the weather. Now, the presence, luckily we found the black box. And that and other, things which are very essential in such matters. So it's important that, experts get to work on this, equipment, which are, which tell a story or, tell a pattern as to what exactly, has happened. It might not be accurate, but it could just, give you a certain inclination as to what exactly happened. So it's good, but then carrying people along, it will also kill the, the speculations. Okay, that, oh, indeed, this is actually what happened.
Can we wait for the committee to finish its work?
Oh, you see, there's this feeling that people, people have said, if the thing is about the military wouldn't want to expose itself. Okay. Wouldn't want to expose itself. So for me, I think I'm happy about the composition of the committee, that you have the
National Security
Coordinator chairing. Could we have had somebody else? Sure, I think we could have had, somebody else other than him. Because at the end of the day, he's a National Security Coordinator. He might have a certain, oversight responsibility towards, let's say, implementation of the recommendation of this particular committee. So getting an outsider with an independent view and so on would have helped, to a larger extent. But only for now, you and I can't say what exactly went into the thinking, of him as, his choice.
As chair of
as chair. There's something also that I'm picking up, or that tickled me a bit, which is that how come the manufacturers of the
Xenia helicopter,
yes, the Chinese have not been handed over this particular black box? Because they manufactured it. Listen, when you, international relations, when you know geopolitics, yeah, the China-US, conflict, international conflict, having the US, go into a certain, equipment manufactured by China will spark, a whole lot of, furore. Again, imagine this particular, helicopter belonged to, was manufactured by the U.S. company. Do you think
bringing Chinese to
giving it to Chinese to go and investigate? Listen, I think we are.
But can anyone else open the black box apart from the manufacturer? Because that's what we've been told all along.
I don't know. I don't know. But ordinarily, you need a manufacturer.
Yeah.
To do, to be deeply involved in this investigation. Maybe the thinking is that giving it to the Chinese, they wouldn't want to indict themselves in the event of,
a technical,
they failed, because people have said that this particular Z9 has had issues, in certain countries, particularly in Africa. I think they mentioned Kenya, Uganda was mentioned somewhere, and so on. However, in the Ugandan case, what happened? In the other cases, to what happened? Were they involved? Were their reports conclusive? And so that would have helped. Some of those literature would have helped us to determine whether or not, they can do a good job. But handing over a Chinese manufactured, vehicle to the US, to analyze and report on. I mean, your guess is as good as mine.
Well, Doc, let me come to you on this matter. 30 days to present a report. We understand that the team that was deployed on the day of the incident will submit. No, actually, they should have submitted their report yesterday to the board that has been set up to investigate. 30 days, enough time?
Well, let me say that it's nice to have the Americans join and to bring their expertise. I'm actually happy about that. I will. This issue is very, very touchy. But one key thing is that I think that it will add some very important professional attitude to the investigation, and also allow for the military to be have an additional oversight over this whole investigation. And as Prof rightly said, how many aircraft incidents do we have in this country? Very few. But the American military has a lot of Air Force experience and power. And for that matter, it makes sense that they would come in. With regards to the black box, I think that by international regulations, the entry and exit of black box, I think, is very professionally done with no regard to manufacturer, really. It's just like the FDA, whatever has gone through their labs, they should be able to do the necessary investigative things. Unlike our country, most cars are tested before release. I mean, through very rigorous testing for specifications and all that. So I think they'll do a very pristine job without the geopolitics aspect. I'm very, very confident. This is something that, when it comes to airline industry, I think from even Airbus's experience, you can tell that no matter what, they go in and do the right thing. It's not about necessarily country relations. America has their reasons for probably not procuring these ones. And Africa too, we have our reasons because of our low budget, arrangements. So that is as far as it gets. I mean, the market is there. You can buy either a Mercedes or a BMW or Toyota. And when you do that, investigations will be carried out with the same fashion as they'll do for Mercedes or BMW. So it's in order, but let me be a little bit political. In times past, if the MPP administration had done this, some folks would have questioned the fact that we have local expertise, and then why have we gone to bring on board the Americans? And I want to use this opportunity to...
I think an issue of this nature requires everybody.
I said, let me be a little bit political.
No, but being political doesn't mean you shouldn't be reasonable.
So I'm only, saying that I'm happy to see that the NDC administration can reach outside the shores of Ghana for expertise. And we are not making noise about it.
But there's no noise to be made, is there?
And that is all I need to add this morning. I said, let me be a little bit political.
But not unreasonable.
With all due respect, I had to put that in there. And interestingly, the likes of, I decided not to mention his name, but the current Foreign Affairs Minister, would have gone in that tangent.
I saw this coming.
And come up with
You are just looking for
all the... So I think it's nice. This whole thing, though painful and tragic, is a very interesting experience, and we're all learning from it, so that we're measured in the way we do politics, in the things we say, and you know, we need to be level-headed as politicians. Yeah.
he's actually done the politics.
I've been wondering the attempt to bring, you know, or to equate
a military.
Yes, or yeah,
chopper to.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm using the right, you know, the right expression, but bringing Okudzato's advocacy.
I did not mention a name.
Oh, you said foreign minister. Who is the foreign minister?
Honorable.
Past or present?
Honorable.
Let's carry on.
You are marketing a candidate that is suffering. Instead of you to use the opportunity to bring that one in here.
We'll get there.
So, no, I'm asking. I mean, why are we relating the Okudzato advocacy
so let me help.
To the accidents that happened?
Let me help.
They are two separate
Since
stuff.
you've brought it up, okay.
Briefly, so we'll come on.
Listen, there are some things about the offices that people hold that are not luxurious. There are some things that are not by virtue of them wanting. And I believe that we made politics too little to the extent that, you know, the Okudzatos were screaming about things that were, I mean, listen.
Like what? Like what?
I think he's one of the people that said that the loan for vehicles for MPs, he'll use it for something else. I mean, listen, I'm talking related to that kind of talk. There are some quote-unquote largesse that are not luxurious. They come with the office for very important reasons. And I'm just saying that we shouldn't...
You care to cite any example?
Oh, like I said, I mean, when we're in Parliament, he was making a case that the loans for our cars should be used for farming equipment or something like that.
I'm still looking for the relationship between that and the helicopter.
Well, it was just stated in the NDC manifesto.
I'm coming back to the other issues related to reinforcing the army and retooling and remodernizing. And let me be categorical here that there are people who would rather say that, oh, we should use the money for something else. And that is why I'm saying that that kind of narrative. And you know, he's toned down because now he's in office. The reality has dawned on him, you know, and comrade, forgive me, but I think that sometimes we need to, you know, tone down on that level of popularist approach to some things. And for lack of a better word, I think that path is not good. It's not good.
1 minute, 1 second. See, there was no objection whatsoever with military procurement under President Akuffo. Indeed, I can tell you, I have a list of certain procurements that were done that were totally senseless. One of them was the procurement of the Soviet Union armored cars that were over 50 years old. 50 years old. They went all the way to Azerbaijan and procured those, you know, equipment. Okay, they took them to Sudan where they can't function. A lot of them, about almost 20 or so, are packed now at Burma camp. Over $10 million gone wasted. Okay? Again, they bought uniforms.
But you know they can do training with these ones.
I'm coming. They won't even move in the first place.
No,
let alone thinking they are perforated, rusted them, you know, perforated. Can't be used. They were even told from the...
and yet we paid money for this.
Yes, we paid money for it. They were busy buying 4x4 bulletproof land cruisers for themselves. The military heads, before they will leave. I could mention names. We've published this many times. They awarded military uniform contracts to people who, you know, didn't even have the money to supply some of these things. So for over a year after the contracts were awarded, these guys couldn't deliver. Meanwhile, then, you know, they were just being entertained, and then encouraged, oh, can you bring it today? Why won't you bring it tomorrow? We are waiting for you. Military, I'm telling you. Listen, the kind of procurements that happen under President Akuffo, okay, if they wanted to buy the better helicopters, they could have bought that. If they wanted to buy better aircraft, military aircraft, they could have bought that. If they wanted to buy better military vehicles and other things for the military, they could have done that. And this had nothing to do with Okujeto, who is waiting, somewhere to punch holes into some of those procurement. Procurement were done. Why are we behaving as though we didn't know what happened under President Akuffo Addo's governance? Even dug a hole in the middle of Accra. That
let's not digress. Let's not digress.
True or false?
Prof, let me hear your final thoughts on this matter.
I've always enjoyed the Honorable Adumako's presentation. I don't know why he decided to go on that trajectory. So he has forced me to say good morning to Honorable Akuffo Blackwell. Minister. He did nothing wrong. What he did was bring to the public knowledge some of the infractions that was committed by the MPP over the last 8 years, particularly spending lavishly on private crafts and with bathrooms, which actually didn't matter. So if the Honorable Akuffo did this, what is wrong with that? He talked about how we more or less dissipated national resources on a cathedral, a whole host of projects. What the Honorable Akuffo was doing was actually doing that parliamentary job of oversight and holding a government accountable. I don't see this to be cheap politicking. Is the hole, that big hole in the center of Accra there, is it a myth? Is it not there? Was the president not using an aircraft with a bathroom? Was it? In fact, the reason why President Mahama cannot travel with our aircraft is because whilst he was spending lavishly on private air jets, they neglected our presidential jet to the extent that it's now a serious coffin on the ground, not even flying anymore. So you can't blame the Honorable Akuffo for doing what he's supposed to do. I would rather have a member of the New Patriotic Party do what the Honorable Akuffo was doing than what they are currently doing in Parliament now, always sitting down, wailing, walking down most of the time, trying to disrupt. If we had someone of the caliber of Akuffo doing what he was doing, holding government accountable, and you've done your best, you try to look for scandals like that, but due to the discipline of His Excellency and the team at the Flagstaff House, you've seen that you have a government that is delivering. All of us are constantly monitored. I wish we had that under President Akuffo Addo. And one problem I have with Larry is only pointing it to Akuffo Addo, because Akuffo Addo was just the head of the fish. It was the entire apparatus of the New Patriotic Party. If we blame President Akuffo Addo alone, people would think they have a chance at blaming Akuffo Addo, but it was the whole architecture of the New Patriotic Party that drove this country where it is. And that's why sometimes when I see...
Who appointed them?
Now when I see Honorable Adumako's trying to rebrand old sardine as new package, a new caught fish, I'm laughing. Because look at everybody in the race to replace our most reliable president, Akuffo Addo, John Dramani Mahama. There is no one who can walk away from the mess in this country, and that's what is surprising me. They are not rebranding the party; they are just trying to change the package and cover it with something new, and that is what
rebranding.
No, you are not rebranding.
Repackaging or rebranding.
Yeah, you are repackaging all things. What the fish inside the can is rotten. That is what we can't lose fact of, and then that is what Ghanaians will not lose sight of. And I would have wished that the Honorable Adumaku went on that trajectory rather than just attacking the foreign minister who has done I don't know, you brought him here and he has no relation here.
There is something else.
Go on.
In this whole narrative, I think that the people who helped in the recovery of the victims, as in the town folk, little mention is made of or recognition is given them, and I think that we need to do something. The kind of sacrifice, that they put into that, the observation of whatever it is, the interviews that they granted. I mean, in the middle of the night, we saw them. Somebody even donated his cocoa sack. Okay, for people to walk up there and then bring them in. Because, had they been left there overnight, some animals would have come for them.
True. And but for the local people, who could have taken days to even identify the accident.
Sure. So the plane, whatever, or heli would have, the soldiers would have gone there many times and, even abandoned, the search, or would have taken days.
True.
And by the time they are located, I mean, they could have gone bad. Okay? So a certain recognition has to be given them. A visit to that town by state officials or, thanking them.
I think the search and rescue operations was very bad.
Yeah, I mean, sure, but then, the way,
and that
it's the nature of the terrain.
That has to be looked at. No, I mean, listen, looking at when they went off.
Ebusi ameda wase se woje bre na woje pene maye se wode behwe na wode betie menim se ye besanso ehia na yehia na ye de nsem a emu hwama emu edu kwase nsei na ebebre mu ebusi ameda wase se woje pene maye ye besanso ehia mu abaye.